All right. Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Kakodash. We give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and teach well. In salutations, Star Ikem, person is truth, in all honesty and sincerity, across the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This is the brother Yaramla. I'm just going live real quick. Through the spirit, I've been wanting to do this. All right, go in and speak on this oncoming war that's to come. All right, Lord willing, man, it pop off by the end of this year. As you can see, watching the news, it says Israel prepares for ground invasion. War enters second week. So we already know what's been going on with Israel, the land. All right, the fake, ones over there. What I'm talking about. All right, getting into it with the Palestinians, man. Them and Hamas, man. All right, so we already know what's going on over there. So Lord said we're gonna hear wars and rumors of wars, which this is a war that they they say is going on. All right, but it's also a rumor. Basically, it's gonna spring forth to WW3. All right, so the third will coming quickly. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get Matthew 24 real quick. All right, so it's Matthew chapter 24, and I'm gonna start at verse 6, and it reads, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." All right, so we're gonna hear of wars and rumors of wars. So we don't get too dismayed. All right, we know that this is just a skirmish. All right, so to say, that's going to build up. As the brother went into account, man, you have proxy wars, you have smaller wars that can lead to bigger conflicts, bigger wars. All right, start off with like World War I and World War II. Start off with smaller nations going at it with each other before it came to a bridge point to the whole world came in. All right, and it made me think of the scripture where the least of them, Salakia if I butcher the script up, but the least of them shall basically gather them, shall gather them out. All right, these smaller nations gonna cause these larger nations to fight amongst each other. All right, if I can get there real quick, if I can find it, I just want to bring it out. So I think it's Zechariah. Let me just see if I can find it real quick. Zechariah, more than likely. Here we go. Zechariah. See what verse. I was just looking at it earlier. I'll come back to that, Lord willing, the Spirit lead back that way. All right, but going back to Matthew 24, all right, read verse 6 again. It says, "Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So we know that the end is not yet because, these rumors going to lead up to WW3, but we ultimately know before WW3 fully kick off, all right, that Karak money need to come, that sea help, man. All right, that incision need to come. Then it's full war going to pop off. All right, then you're going to see the missiles fly. you're going to see the homeland get hit. All right. So, that's all what Israel going to do is going to draw America into the conflict. All right. And, the Palestinians, all right, going to draw Iran into it. All right. These other nations into it. And they're going to draw Russia and China into it. All right. So the bigger countries going to get involved. All right. But this is not the end yet, because that sea help need to come before World War III pop off. All right. Verse 7 says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right, so we have the earthquakes. You had an earthquake. What the most recent one was, I believe, in the Middle East. Or was it Pakistan? I believe received an earthquake like a 6.3, something like that. It was a large magnitude. So earthquakes going on everywhere, man, and all throughout the Americas, all throughout the earth. All right, so it's going to be pestilences. They say, different whatchamacallits. All right, what the whatchamacallits are. Still going around, which you haven't heard too much of it, but I'm sure you can look it up and they can say, you'll see an article of them speaking of the different variants of that thing. All right, so you got famines. All right, inflation. All right, prices of food going up. Famines, crops, certain areas having trouble growing crops. So, it's various things going on throughout the earth, all right, that's going to lead, all right, to chaos, all right, all over the earth, all right. So, let me just hit this in Obadiah real quick, all right. Obadiah. All right, it's Obadiah, starting at the top. All right, it says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. So the Lord, it's a rumor. All right, the Lord, sent an ambassador. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. So an ambassador is someone of a foreign country going into a land. All right, being a representative, man. All right, for their respective country. All right, you can put that in perspective of it being the men of the Lord. All right, we ambassadors of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai over here in America, because this is a foreign land to us. All right, so we ambassadors declaring that what's about to come, WW3. All right, you have ambassadors that's for these other countries that speak on, their country's behalf. So the Lord gonna cause a rumor or which it is already on the earth, that, oh man, the world is gearing up for a huge conflict, WW3. So you got real ambassadors, preparing, and speaking of this behind closed doors. All right. So it's time for the earth to arise. All right. And rise up for a battle, man. All right. These other nations are going to rise up against Esau, Edom for battle. All right. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The Lord had made them small amongst the heathen, man. All right, these E's are greatly despised, man. You can see, can equate this to Amalek, which they are in the land today known as Israel, the Amalekites. All right, they are the head nation of Edomites. All right, the head nation of Edom. So the whole world despised them, man. So they can use these media politics all they can, but hey, the whole world is against them. All right, the Palestinians, Gaza, all them, what's going on the Gaza Strip. Hey, man, it's nothing but hate over there, man. They hate them fake ones in that land. So, the land still, it don't belong to neither one of the Palestinians. All right, but hey, man, it's great conflict over there, but the Lord gonna kick all them out that land. All right, so the Lord have made them small among the heathen, man. They're the most hated nation among the heathen, these E's, man. All right, they are greatly despised. So verse 3 says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou though that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So the pride in Eve's heart, man, would deceive him to think that he can go toe to toe, to think he can go toe to toe with these other nations, man. He got another thing coming, man, because they got a whole arsenal of nukes, man. They're sharing and giving each other blueprints, So, hey, man, it's going to get terrible out here, man. But he keeping you Babylonians stuck on stupid and not knowing what's to come. That's why it's going to catch you people unawares. Y'all see all these conflict, but y'all get persuaded and blindsided when they send money to them, send aid. Like that's going to put a Band-Aid and cure the problem. But that's the thing, they putting a Band-Aid over it, trying to stop the bleeding. All right, but it's going to lead to a furthermore greater conflict. All right, think about them sending aid over there, thinking that, oh yeah, they'll make a quick end to it. But that's not the case, man. It's only going to further the sword, man. All right. So this Jeremiah chapter 51, starting at the top, says, thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me in a destroying wind. All right, so the Lord going to send a destroying wind on this place. All right. So the Lord, is raising up against Babylon. He's going to use these other nations to get this country out the way. All right, because these countries have hatred for this place. The sanctions, all these different things, unlawful decrees, unrighteous decrees. They declare sending this wickedness upon the whole face of the earth. All right, verse 2, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in that day of trouble they shall be against her round about. So, the country's going to come around this place like fanners, man. They're going to surround this place. All right, America, before it goes out, it's going to have so many enemies. It's going to be public enemy, or what they say, public enemy number one. Well, the main enemy number one across the earth, the main enemy of the whole earth. Right, the whole world, even the mother going to turn against the whore, the UK, Great Britain going to turn against America. All right, going to turn against, the ones in the land of Israel today. All right, because they the ones that the earth want to get out the way. Yeah, they on the same accord of pushing an NWO, but ultimately, these heathens, man, hey, they going at it with these elite bacon families, and we know who they are. We know who they say they are, who they fake to be. All right, and the Lord gonna get their ass clearly out the way, man. By putting in the spirit of these heathens to enact it, man, to get the ball rolling, so to say. All right. So verse 3, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. So when the missiles get launched, as if an archer bending the bow, all right, it's gonna take a lot of men out, man. All right. So, hey, man, it's going to slay people by the billions, man. So those instruments are what the Lord allowed to be created to bring judgment, man. All right, so let me get Isaiah. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 54. As you had earlier this year, the movie Oppenheimer came out. So the movie Oppenheimer came out, and it goes into about how they created, all right, the nuclear missiles. All right, the big boy, the fat boy, and the little man, whatever you call them, Salakia, whatever the hell them nukes was called, but those powerful nukes, man. They destroyed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right, Japan, man. But I got the verse right here. This is Isaiah chapter 54. In verse 16, behold, I have created the smith that blew up the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, And I have created the waster to destroy. So the waster to destroy was Eve. That's why the Lord put that spirit on Eve to be wicked and to be a destroyer. All he do is destroy, man. Destroy crops, destroy the food. All right, he defiled the food, he defiled the air, he defiled everything. All right. So the Lord created him, all right, created the smith that blow up the coals in the fire. So the Lord created Eve for this very thing, man, to bring destruction, to bring his own end. Because Esau was the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of the world that followeth, man. All right. So let's see where we're going to next. All right. All right, back to Jeremiah 51. Starting at verse 6, it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Or the Lord going to render Babylon a recompense, man, for the iniquity that it pushed on the earth, man. Verse 7, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So there's a lot of nations that drunk of the wine, all right, of Babylon, man. So Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. All right, so the Lord just letting it overflow, letting it, flourish in what it's doing. But soon, all right, he going to force them to take that cup. All right, the Lord is having righteous indignation behind that, by them pushing this wickedness on the earth. So it might seem like they're getting away with it, but not so. And you have various countries around the earth, they're not with this mess that Babylon is pushing, man. Mainly those in the Middle East, the countries in the Middle East, where some are taking hold of the philosophy, all right, of it. But you have those that's standing up, and, it will never, bridge in Iran. Iran not going for that, man. The Persians, man, they're not going for that. Russia, Rashar, Chief Prince, they're not going for that. They're not going for that. China, they low key, basically, they took a good portion of it. They took a good hold of it. But they still on the side, all right, with Russia. All right. So they're ultimately against Babylon too. Because mainly in China mind, they think they next to take over, to rule, which that's not the case, man. This world is not about to be ruled by gooks in the future, man. It's going to be ruled by the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. We are the next rulers of the world and the universe under our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, we going to be heirs, joint heirs of the throne with him. All right, 12 tribes, all right, sitting on 12 thrones, the tribes, judging ruling over the world and judging the nations, man. All right, so, it's going to be a ordinance or a hierarchy of government set up, where we have Yahweh Shai, King David, all right, the apostles, all right, the elect, all right, making up the whole portion of the elect. So it's going to be, it's going to be structure in the kingdom, man. Or it's going to be order. Let everything be done in decency and order. So it's going to be a hierarchy. It's going to be straight order, man. And all of Israel going to love it, man. All right. So it's going to be perfect, man. The way that the kingdom is going to be set up. All right. We can only imagine. All right. So the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Because the reason why they're going to get mad, because they drunk of the wine, because they allow this place to rule and to commit so much that they're going to be mad because they don't have to be destroyed right along with them. All right, they're going to be taken out of power right along with America, man. That's why they're going to be mad. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so be, she may be healed. So this place going to be destroyed, man. All right. So it would have been healed, but, it ain't no healing for this place. This place going to be destroyed, man. All right. So the second leg of the Roman Empire, all right, America, Babylon the Great, All right, it's not going to be healed again. All right, this is going to be the last time it's going to be in power, man. All right, this beast is going to be taken out. It's going to be completely slaved just to go around. Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and it is lifted up even to the sky. So that smoke from the missiles going to reach up to the heavens. You know, that smoke going to burn up. It's going to be like an incense. So these countries, all right, it says, let us go everyone into his own country. All right, so it's going to be as if, you know, they fleeing away from Babylon, man. All right, which is going to be the case where they're going to forsake her, all right, and see that it be destroyed, because the scriptures say in Revelation, all right, when this place get hit, you're going to have the nations looking afar off at the destruction. All right. So, you know, they're gonna mourn and weep for this place, because this place was set up to be, you know, that go-to place on the earth. You know, people come here, all right, to buy and sell. It's into a merchant city, all right. You know, it's a place you come and make your lucre, make your money. All right. A lot of these countries built their whole country, their whole nation off the back of America, man. All right, by the way of the American dollar. All right, because the American dollar was the top financial currency for the whole earth. All right, but now it's not so. You know, it's losing its value, man. All right. So now they got families of hostages. You know, Wes, you know, knowing these people, these fakes, all right, these fake ones, knowing them, man, they could be faking this whole thing, man. All this can be just some kind of scheme they're using down the line. All right. But we're not ignorant of Satan devices, man. All right. You know. But nevertheless, man, this leading to a much bigger conflict, which is WW3. All right. So I'm going to get Ezekiel 38. All right, let me look for something real quick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and Ezekiel 38. All right, starting at the top, and it says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them. Which, you know, they used to be Japhet land, but they're not in that land right now. All right, but their land belonged to, you know, Russia. All right, basically that's modern day Russia, but the land belonged to the E's. All right, the E's that's over there, you know, Vladimir Putin and them, man, which they are E's. All right, but so that's how we know that. Speaking of, you know, Rashar, you know, chief prince, man. All right, that land today. This is, you know, a prophecy. All right, of today, man. All right. Speaking of that region, all right, Gog and Magog, all right, verse 3. And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. So don't get it twisted. The Lord is against them. Just because, you know, they're raising up in power, all right, you know, and all that, doesn't mean that, you know, they're not going to be exempt for the judgment, the destruction of the Lord having. All right. Hey, they could very well get hit by a ICBM nuclear missile. All right. They can very well get destroyed along with Babylon, man. All right. So the Lord is against them as well. All right. Verse 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So the Lord going to prepare them for war. So this is what's going to go on, man. All right. So the Lord going to put hooks in their jaws. He's going to force them to fight, man. He's going to force them to join the conflict, man. It's by way of these smaller nations going at it, man. All right, because these smaller nations are the ones that need the protection, man. All right, and it's going to speak of this because Iran, plays a big part of what's about to go down, man. Like the next verse 3 says, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, with them, all of them with shields and helmets. So Persia, modern day Iran, or Ethiopia, that's in Africa. Libya, that's in Africa. You see that they're moving in and they helping and protecting Africa, mainly damn near the whole continent. Or they're backing them, China is backing them. All right, so you see where this going, all right? So all these other heathen nations are crossing that line in the sand, and they choosing their side. All right, verse 6, Gomer, which is Turkey, and all his bands, and the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with these. So these nations, these other countries are joining together, man. All right, mounting up, that's where Armageddon, come in, All right, the mountain of troops, man. All these nations gearing up and getting their troops ready for war, man. All right. Verse 7, it says, Be thou prepared and prepare thyself, though in all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So they're going to be a guard to these other nations, all right, these smaller nations, all right. Russia going to be a guard unto them. All right, so very well, by Iran getting into this and it get bigger, they very, very well can get Russia to be a guard unto Iran and to the Palestinians, man. All right, so these devils poking a bear, man. These, because E is a house divided, man. So these fake ones, they poking a bear, Russia being that bear. All right, they poking it, man. All right. So, hey, man, they about to poke the bear, and the bear going to get roused up, man. So it's about to go down, man. So the least going to draw them out for war, man. All right, these fake ones going to draw them out for battle, man. All right. So let me see. All right. Well, let me get Revelation. I'm going to end it off on this, Revelation chapter 6. There's Revelation chapter 6 and verse... Start at verse 12. All right, Revelation chapter 6, verse 12. It said, And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. All right, so we already know what that great earthquake is, because scripture say that the earth gonna reel to and fro as a drunkard, man. So these missiles gonna shake things up, man. Shake the whole earth. All right, verse 13, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. So like with a tree, when a large gust of wind come in, all right, it'll blow all the leaves off. So that's how it's going to be as the missiles falling onto the earth. All right, it's going to be as if, leaves, Be as if, the fig tree, cast of her untimely figs. So you say like sticks, all kind of things falling into the ground. See, and that's what the missiles kind of resembles. Like it's like a spear. They say that they'll equate them as being spears, but it also, if you was in the ancient world and you had a vision of the missiles, you'll think that there was sticks, man, twigs, all right, figs, all right. So when it's shaking of a mighty wind, and the figs drop, that's how it's gonna be as the stars falling onto heaven, which the tail of the missiles. If you see a missile launched from a distance and it's in the air, it's gonna look to be a star. All you're gonna see is the fire, man. All right, fire of the missile, and it's gonna look like a star. Verse 14, and the heaven. All right, verse 14, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. All right. Furthermore, about being that great earthquake, the earth reeling to and fro. All right. The heaven departed as a scroll. When the missile hit, that mushroom cloud grow up and expand, and it be a mighty wind. All right. Violent destruction. It says the part of the scroll when it is rolled together. Because when the missile hit, like the impact of it kind of roll it together, and then the explosion push out. So it's like a scroll when you roll it together. All right, it's as if you have a bird's eye view or plane's eye view of it hitting the impact. It could very well be the angle that John the Revelator seen it. All right, so every mountain and island were moved out of their place. It shook the ground. Caused great destruction, and that's what's coming. That's what this war is leading to. All right, verse 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. A lot of these people could very well be the ones that took that sea hill, man. All right, they're gonna want to hide themselves. All right, they don't want to hide in the rocks of the mountains, man. They're gonna try to hide themselves. All right, a lot of these people, because the scripture say, hey, the sea hill gonna be pushed on to, all you people on the earth, whether rich or poor, free or bond. All right, but mainly these elites, the kings of the earth, the great men, the rich men, the chief captains, and the mighty men. All right, they're the main ones that have the means to actually hide. They have the means to get a bunker to hide from this destruction. These elites mainly. Verse 16, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. So they're going to this is when the Lord is coming, when the Lord is returning. He's returning in the midst, all right, of these missiles, all right, launching and hitting the earth. Yahweh Shai gonna come and beam up the elect, and then he's gonna come and get these elites, out of these bunkers. Or they're gonna try to hide themselves, or from him that sitteth on the throne. They want to try to they're gonna try to flee from the wrath of the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai. So, it's a lot more I can go into this. Hey man, this is a huge bulk of prophecy and a huge bulk of what the scripts go into. All right, but hey man, this war is imminent, man. All right, and it's coming, man. All right, real soon. All right, so first this sea hip got to come, and then all these things that the prophecies speak of will come to pass. The ICBM missiles. All right, first got the war in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, the valley of Jehoshaphat. You have that. All right, the nation's gonna go to war for however long it may be. All right, when the sea hip get introduced, and then you're gonna have the missiles flying off, man. So, hey, Lord willing, this is edifying, lifting. All right, mainly edifying on, world, WW3. All right, so with that, I'm gonna cut it short right here. So with that being said, shalom.